President Nixon's departure for China. South Lawn, 17 February 1972.
We, of course, are under no illusions that 20 years of hostility between the People's Republic of China and the United States of America are going to be swept away by 1 week of talks that we will have there. We must recognize that the government of the People's Republic of China and the government of the United States have had great differences. We will have differences in the future. But what we must do is to find a way to see that we can have differences without being enemies in war. If there was a postscript that I hope might be written with regard to this trip, it would be the words on the plaque which was left on the moon by our first astronauts when they landed there. We came in peace for all mankind. Thank you and goodbye.
What comes to mind when I say China? First word that pops in your head.
Asia?
China, right away. Food.
I don't know.
First word that pops in your head.
War.
Chinese food.
Communist.
Competitive.
Plastic goods.
China, it's a big country and huge. A lot of international students from China.
Economy.
What do you think when I say Richard Nixon?
President.
Watergate? I'm not good with politics.
Do you know anything about Nixon?
No. He was impeached, right? Okay, I got that right.
Great man.
Republican.
What do you think when I say Richard Nixon?
See the one with Watergate? Watergate.
Do you know who opened China?
I actually don't remember.
Do you know who opened China?
Richard Nixon.
And how did he go about doing that?
Through triangular diplomacy. He worked on strengthening relations with China, which isn't something that had really happened before. Some of the key players were like Winston Lord and company. Henry Kissinger helped a lot. He went on a trip to China. That was one of the most famous things in his administration.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
It was Henry Kissinger. He was on the most prominent, international politician that I ever known.
Weren't there like two occurrences? Wasn't it Matthew Perry like way back in like the 1800s?
You know who opened China?
Richard Nixon, President Richard Nixon in 1972 on his trip to China.
And how do you know that?
It was the week that changed the world. Everyone should know about it. Thanks, Lee Huebner.
After President Nixon returned home, Claire Booth Luce told him that 1,000 years from now, they will say of you, he went to China. And it began 40 years ago with a week that changed the world.